This is John for Johngy's Beat. I'm here on the beat covering Chicagoland Championship Wrestling. I have the broadcast team, Steve Ahrendt, Joey Roth. How are you guys?
Oh my God. I couldn't be better if there were two of me, and that is a sizable asset.
And I am a box of fluffy dogs, warm, cuddly, and very cute.
I think we should just end this right now, man. How do we So let's
how are you, Johngy? How are you doing today, man?
I'm talking to the broadcast team of Chicagoland Championship Wrestling, two of the finest in the business. I am fantastic, man.
That's awesome.
Flattery will get you everywhere. If you wanted my digits, just ask for them.
Well, I'm hoping for a couple autographed 8x10 stuff like that. Just to for the wall. Why not?
Yeah,
what's that?
I was just saying, go ahead. Yeah, for the dartboard.
So now you guys are going to be on Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah.
What could fans expect when they're watching Amazon Prime?
Well, I'll let Joey take the first shot at this one because if the world doesn't already know the villain, they're going to become acquainted post haste for sure.
And same thing with Steve. I mean, what the world can expect of, it's going to sound cliche. They could expect the unexpected because this is the debut of Saturday Night Grapple Masters. And you know what? In the whole entire history of pro wrestling and everything, anytime there's a debut, it just doesn't go, hey, it's a wrestling show, blah, blah, blah. Something major is going to happen on this show. It's a foregone conclusion. Just like when you have a cake in the ring, somebody's going to walk out wearing that cake. When you have a debut like we're going to have, surprises galore, and I have no idea what's going to happen. I can't wait. For the first time in my life, I'm almost speechless on knowing what's going to happen. But you know what? I wouldn't bank on me being speechless for long because with Steve next to me and everything that's going to go on Chicago Championship Wrestling, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen. It's a surprise to everybody.
Notice he said almost speechless.
Almost.
Oh, I'll never be speechless there.
Here's the thing. History dictates that great broadcasting teams make for special moments in this industry. And you can go back a long way. We all remember Gorilla along with Jesse. We all remember Gorilla and Bobby. We remember Shivani and Tanae, JR and Jerry. We remember the greats. The greats make the best wrestling better. They tell the stories. They set the tone. They give you a guide through the show. And that's what we are. We are Mr. Rourke and Tattoo. I haven't figured out which one is which. And we're welcoming you to Fantasy freaking Island, man. We are going to blow the roof off of that VFW hall, in that American Legion hall in Michigan City, Indiana. We've got a hot card. We've got talented people. We've got the best boss on planet Earth. And we are going to make a statement Saturday night. That much I guarantee.
Well, speaking
we are going to be the tour. We are going to be the tour guides of the cavalcade of chaos that you're going to be seeing on Saturday night at the American Legion Hall in Lake Station, Indiana, with Chicagoland Championship Wrestling. It is just wait till you see what we have to say about everything.
I like that, the tour guide of the cavalcade. I don't even know what that means, and I like it.
That's a Vanna White. I'm opening letters right now on my own.
But
you know what? That just popped into my head. It's not something pre-planned.
Speaking of your boss, I talked to John, and he compared you guys. He said to picture a Gorilla Monsoon and a Bobby Heenan. Now, I know Joey a little bit. I would say more of a Roddy Piper, even though Piper and Gorilla weren't a partnership. But still, hey, you guys are gonna create it yourselves anyway.
You know what? When you talk about Monsoon and Heenan and Jesse and McMahon and all that stuff, that's not what we're going to be. We're not going to be there rehashing their one-liners or anything like that. That to be put into the same sentence as those. Legend doesn't even compare to what Gorilla Monsoon to me and Bobby and Jesse and Vince. Yeah, Vince also, Shivani and Jim Ross and Jerry and all those other guys. Just to be mentioned in the same breath as them. But I don't want you to expect me to go, hoo, 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 puppies. And I don't want you to expect Steve to go, hanging off the rafters, in the pertubulus oblongata of the gluteus maximus. We are going to go ahead and we're going to honor them by being who we are and doing what we do.
That's exactly right. You know what? We've all watched wrestling our whole lives. We've grown up
Right.
with it. It's part of the fabric of our soul. Now, thanks to John and CCW, Joey and I have been given a blank canvas. We have been given an open space to work the room, to work our craft, to observe what we see and translate what we see and lead that story through a 3-hour show that is being taped for television. And when people see Grapple Masters on Amazon Prime or whatever device they see it on, what they're going to get is they're going to get two people that are prepared, two people that are entertaining, two people that are on the same page, and two people that have one goal to bring the best out of each other and the best out of the product. And for my money, you can't lose when you go into something like that prepared and ready to go.
Now,
And see, you're talking about a blank canvas. And just look at the paint that we get to use for this blank canvas and the talent that are going to be on Chicagoland Championship Wrestling. The talent is the paint, and we are just merely brush strokers, if you want to call it, to put their masterpiece out there on a canvas for everybody.
That's it.
Well, I'm not looking to bash any other wrestling promotion, so that's not.
Oh, we can bash. You know what? I'll bash on any other wrestling promotion. Come on, I don't care. What are they going to do?
No, that's not where we're going. But my question is, what drew you? Because you guys are talented. You guys can go anywhere and write your own checks. What drew you to Chicagoland Championship Wrestling?
Okay, well, that's a great question. I'll give you two reasons why when this offer came, I took it. Number one, and first and foremost, who I was being paired with. The opportunity to work alongside a guy like Joey in this industry, it presents its own set of opportunities. Because Joey is known, Joey is loved or hated, doesn't matter what. But wherever Joey Roth goes,
there's nobody out there who loves me.
Wherever Joey goes, a strong reaction follows. So to sit there alongside him presents a unique opportunity for me from a broadcast standpoint. See, that's where I came from. I came from a broadcasting school. I've been trained in broadcasting, and I've done wrestling, quite a few years. It's who you're partnered with that makes a difference. I've been lucky. I've had some really good partners, but this takes it to a different level by having Joey Roth alongside, because he's unpredictable, he's charismatic, and he says it like it is no matter what, which is great. It's a combustible element that I can work with. It's like pulling the linchpin on a grenade and throwing it in a crowd and say, oh, by the way, that's live. So that's appealing to me, and that was number one. But the chance to work for a guy like John Bullard is another appealing factor. There are a lot of promotions I've worked for and a lot of places I've been, a lot of stories I've heard and things I've seen. But John Bullard's recipe for success is contagious. And just to be a part of his vision and be somebody he handpicked, that was all the motivation I needed. So between Bullard and Roth, you didn't have to push me too hard. I was all in.
Joey?
People are you're just gonna say that I'm just stealing the exact same answer, but just the exact same answer Steve gave you. To work along Steve, and I've known Steve for a little while. I mean, we haven't known each other that long, which I can't wait to get into this whole entire dynamic of what we could bring. We're not going to know what we're going to bring out of each other until the day of the show, to the night of the show, until we're up there, until the red light goes on and they're like, go. We have no idea what's going to happen. And to me, that is the most exciting thing. I'm the fly by the seat of my pants type of guy. All right. I don't plan anything before I get out there. I just say what comes to my mind. And I know Steve is the exact same way. And to work with somebody like Steve, that is a dream come true. All right. Because Steve has been around and Steve has done a lot more commentary. I started out in the ring, managing, so on and so on. Now I'm moving on to the upper echelon of what I'm going to be doing next. And to be next to Steve, I am not worried about a thing, because if I fall, I know those massive, beautiful arms are going to be there to catch me. Okay, and I have no.
I want to T-shirt that crap right there. I want that on the T-shirt.
We're gonna T-shirt that stuff. It's going to be on the SteveandJoey.com website as soon as we get that going. And of course, again, you talk about John Bullard. I mean, I've known John for a little bit now, and he's had this idea in his head for a long time. And the very first thing he said is, "I'm going to have me, Joey Roth, on commentary." And I'm like, really, me? I know I'm the most fabulous ever, but for John, he's doing everything right. You know, you have a lot of feds out there, you know, and God bless them and everything like that. They're trying their hardest, and we're never going to take anything away from anybody. But John, he has his finger right on the pulse of what's going on out there. He is doing things so right and so exact and so unbelievably amazing. I mean, how could I not be a part of something like this? Even if I wasn't a part of this, I would make my way down to the American Legion Hall in Lake Station, Indiana, and force myself onto something out there. Because John, you know, time has come today, folks. All right, let's just go ahead and say it. John is doing something that nobody else is doing.
Nope.
All right, Chicagoland Championship Wrestling and all the other feds out there, God bless them and everything like that, but they are just not going to measure up to what we're going to be doing on October 3rd, this Saturday. I don't get nervous. I get excited, and I'm excited what's going to happen.
I'm excited too, but I'm going to put you guys on the spot right now. We got a 3-way for the title.
Ooh.
Do you have a prediction?
Well, I'll tell you this. I did a special episode of my show Last Man Talking recently, and I had all 3 of those guys on: Garrison Creed, Shogun Chris Logan, and Marche Rocket. And you will see this on Friday. It will come out on Friday, and it will be consumable by the public. What happened in that studio between those 3 men was chilling, inspiring, and you could feel the tension in that room. I was sitting next to Shogun Chris Logan. I was sitting across the table from Marche Rocket. I had Garrison Creed on Zoom from Wisconsin. And there were times where I would turn back to Garrison Creed thinking he was coming through the screen to get them. There was a time where I thought Logan was going to flip the table and go after Marche. You see, the part about them being the best in the business at what they do, and they are, that's why they're the main eventers, is they all have a sense of history, and they all want to make it. And whoever walks out of Michigan City after that match is going to be the first ever CCW heavyweight champion. Well, that is a carrot that they all want. And they may be friends, they may be acquaintances, they may be people that they have seen throughout the years in this business. But Saturday night, that doesn't matter. They all want that prize. They all want that honor of being the first champion ever. So you are going to see a match so full of tension, animosity, adrenaline, intensity. It's going to be sick. It is,
and not to mention ego as well.
It's a main event for a reason, because you have 3 at the top of their game going for the richest prize in the game. What is more exciting for that? If you don't have your tickets, there are a few left if you walk up, but you better get them quick, because this match is going to be one of those, hey, do you remember, where were you when that match happened? Where were you when CM Punk dropped that pipe on? Where were you when Hogan turned on Savage and Sting? Where were you when Scott Hall debuted on Nitro? These are all moments. This Saturday, you can be a part of one of those moments at CCW.
I noticed you didn't pick a winner, though.
And spoken as a true commentator who's supposed to be unbiased and all that, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm going for Garrison Creed. Garrison Creed is the biggest, the baddest, the meanest guy you could ever possibly imagine. I have seen this guy wrestle up close. And I've seen Marche all day rocking, and I've seen Chris Logan as well, but I have my money, and I talked to my bookies in Vegas. Garrison Creed is going to walk out the champion this Saturday night. That is the Joey Roth stamp of Rothism and approval and whatnot. Garrison Creed is walking out champ. I just can't. It's his time. All right, Marche, Logan, they've been wonderful in everything that they've done, but this is Creed's time. This is Garrison Creed's night, and he's the guy who is going to have the whole entire Chicagoland Championship Wrestling on his back, keeping everybody above everybody else. He is the foundation that this company is going to build on his shoulders.
Bold statement.
Look at that. What's that? You think I'm new to this? I'm not new to this.
I give my money's worth with you guys.
There's no gray area there. I'll tell you what.
Right.
You want to pick, I'll give you one. And it's hard to pick because you've got three combustible elements. I saw Garrison Creed this past Saturday night at Warrior Wrestling win a battle royal and threw people around like rag dolls. I know what he's capable of. Shogun Chris Logan, his pedigree, his track record, his championships, everywhere he's been. And then you have Mr. M80. You have All Day Marche Rocket, Mr. Main Event, Mr. Impact, a guy that's seen it all, done it all, traveled the world. And you have three guys that are just so equal yet so different, and you put them in a ring and you hope that nobody gets hurt and you hope that there's a conclusion. But at the end of the day, big moments call for big moment players, and there's nobody in this match that understands the value of a bigger moment than Marche Rocket. So it won't be pretty, it won't be clean, but I think at the end of the day, CCW goes all day.
Well, there you have it. We have two opinions from the two men who are going to be manning the broadcast table, and I can't wait. I think the real winner is going to be the fans. I'm going to love it.
Yeah, they count as those people out there. Yeah, they count. Yeah, I'm sure they'll love it.
So before I let you guys go, and I will see you on Saturday, before I let you go, could you tell us, promote whatever you want, promote your podcast, promote anything you want. It's your shot now.
Well,
go ahead.
You haven't seen the season finale of Last Man Talking. I technically died. So I don't know how I'm going to come back to life on October 20th for season 2. So you should probably check that out. Tomorrow night on my radio podcast, Gorilla Position, John Bullard, this man, Joey Roth, and Michael Allen will be joining me, and we will be breaking down the card, the protocols, the food, everything you need to know about CCW for Saturday night. It's going to be like an infomercial, and we're going to have some fun with it tomorrow night. So that's what I have to do. Oh, and then today we just announced CSW's next show, Fright Night, October 16th. So busy month. October's here, and we are up to the challenge, baby.
Joey?
I have, without a doubt, this Saturday night, the greatest thing I'm ever going to be a part of. And trust me, I've been a part of a lot of great things. I've been part of nationwide debut in the United States of plays. I've been in movies, theater. I never had to pay to be in theater. So
you've been on Johngy's beat.
I've been on Johngy's beat. And another thing is, a lot of people don't know there's a lot of good stuff that's going to come to Johngy's beat after this Saturday, after me and Johngy have a little talk.
Ooh.
The Joey Roth podcast is going to be happening very soon.
Oh, the world is not ready for that. That is must-hear radio.
That's going to be must-hear radio. As soon as I tweak little things, the Joey Roth podcast is coming up. I have a lot of acting opportunities coming up in October. I'm going to be doing something with the city of Elgin, Illinois, this big old Halloween thing. You'll be able to see it on my Facebook, Joey Roth, the Main Event Villain. You'll find every information there. But I'll tell you what, nothing is more important than this Saturday night, October 3rd, Chicagoland Championship Wrestling, Saturday night Grapple Masters. That is the number one main thing on my mind. Everything else is taking a back step until after October 3rd. After October 3rd, I'll go ahead and flood my social media about everything else I'm doing. I have shows coming up all over the place. But Saturday night, the time has come today for this. Damn. You know what? I almost wish I was one of those fans out there to watch all this. But then again, I feel like me and Steve, we have the best seat in the house. We're going to see everything up close, and we're going to get to tell you. We're going to here's that not being able to speak, lost for words thing. But here we go. I found my words. Gosh, I wish I could be you people to hear our voices talking about what you're going to see this Saturday night.
But there'll never be you, Joey Roth. There can only be one. He's right. This Saturday night, Grapple Masters. It's the number one show. It's our moment. The bell is tolling on history, and we will answer that bell. There's nothing more important. This Saturday night, it's where it's at. If you're not there, you better be there. If you don't plan on being there, you better watch it because you don't want to miss this. It's going to be the best thing you've ever seen.
Well,
Amazon Prime, baby.
I'll be there. I'm not going to need to see it on Amazon Prime, although I recommend it if you can't make it. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be seeing you guys. I'm going to be watching a great show, and I can't wait, man. Thank you very much for your time. we'll revisit you guys in the future. I hope if that's cool with you.
Anytime.
And
Always here for you.
we'll do it before, we'll do maybe a recap of the show and we'll figure stuff out. We'll get together again.
We are but your humble servants.
Oh, yes.
Joey's
don't,
not anybody's
and don't,
servant,
and,
but,
and don't
you know,
forget,
I
you have the
do
blonde
it,
bombshell Roxy Hart. She's out there too. She's going to be doing a lot of interviews for Chicagoland Championship Wrestling. So all you guys out there, if you want your awesome pinup girl, well, that's the girl you're going to have on your garage shop wall, baby.
Woo!
What more could you want?
Nothing.
Nah.
Gentlemen, I will see you Chicagoland Championship Wrestling this Saturday, October 3rd, Michigan City, Indiana. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for your time, man.
All right.